So this past month, it went very fast, and I did not read a lot, and I thought I was going to do so great with reading, but it was just not gonna happen. I read some, and I will definitely share my reviews with you very in-depth on one, actually. The Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. But I'll also just relay that the reason it's been so crazy is because I've been figuring out my post-undergrad life. Shall we begin? I'm going to start first with the 13th Amelia Peabody series. Not the 13th series, the 13th in the Amelia Peabody series. It is called The Lord of the Silent. This is written by Elizabeth Peters, which is actually her pen name. Her real name was Barbara Mertz, and yes, she did pass away a few years ago, and I was very sad, because these books are like from family. I love them. But honestly, this one was kind of lackluster for me. It felt a little repetitive, and it felt like it could have been a little bit shorter. The first lackluster Elizabeth Peters Amelia Peabody review I've ever given. 3.7 out of 5. Yeah. The other one I also read is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, Jack Thorne. A new play by Jack Thorne. So I'm assuming he's the one that actually put the words on the paper. So this book, you know, it exists. There's been a lot of hype. I wish I could have seen it in play form. I will definitely say that because that is what it is intended to be. I have some mixed feelings about it. I'm not quite as enthusiastic about it as I initially was. Mostly I think I just wanted to be in the Harry Potter world again for a new story. It tied up a lot of things and I like things tied up. And yes, it feels a bit rushed because it was in the time period of a play. And there was a lot to wrap up because she's not doing any more Harry Potter stories. Some of it was a bit cheesy. She played on a couple young adult tropes, one being the kid who feels like he doesn't belong, but A, isn't that the point of literature, and B, you know, we all relate. And, you know, it's not actually the point of literature, but it's not too far off. So, from that perspective, I'm like half a critic, half not. The plot was a bit predictable, actually, in an odd sense. Like, I didn't and I did predict it. One thing I like about it is that we get to see a lot of it from Harry's perspective. It's not just literally the kid's perspective, and I liked revisiting the characters. That was very nice. They were pretty much everything I wanted them to be, or expected them to be, really. There were some questions that really could have just been answered, like slipped in there, and it would have just been the perfect touch. Like, is technology at Hogwarts now? Do they have cell phones? These things are things I want to know. But do you need it? Is there some magical spell we don't know about? So little things, you know, just quirky things like that could have been answered that I think would have added a nice layer. Overall, I fell in love with it. I read it in a sitting or two, and it was just great fun. And yeah, it's not the books, but I loved it nonetheless. And I think any Harry Potter fan needs to read it, and that any Harry Potter fan will, at least to some extent, like it. Maybe I just did what all of my English professors on essays told me, or whatever professors on essays told me not to do, by saying any instead of most, but I'm gonna make that claim. So the next book that I am still reading, and actually shamefully not that far into, is The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton, and this book has a beautiful cover. I wanted it forever. The point of view for this book is third person present, which is one I very, very, very rarely read, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I love the writing of this book. I've just been very slow on reading, and I'll get there. Like, it's not that big of a book. Really, guys. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know. Really good so far. It follows this girl who's married, arranged marriage, basically, into this richer Dutch family. Oh, and set in, like, 1686, by the way. A lot of it has just been, like, her not fitting in, and, like, you know, because she's got this weird Umbridge-like sister-in-law to deal with, and it's a very interesting feel for the world. I really can't wait to get into the thick of the plot, because I know that there's supposed to be a miniaturist, hence the title, who complicates it further and adds an element of mystery. So I am excited to get to it. I will probably for next month. I probably won't really do a September to be read unless I decide to add some books. but we'll see. Thanks you guys for watching, and like, subscribe, etc. if you like or subscribe. Also comment if you have a comment. I'd love to hear your opinions on these things, especially The Cursed Child, because there's been so much debate and mixed feelings over it. Because Harry Potter is of utmost importance in life. Also, I got Pukwudgie. Is that even how it's... is that what it's called? I don't even know. Okay, cheers.